Disclaimer. I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the pictures shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Chapter begins and we see that after what happened, Giselle keeps her distance from Luca. He goes to the chief centurion and tells him everything, thinking he might be overstepping his role. Still, the chief lets Luca handle the situation, trusting his decision. Luca is confused about why the Imperial Guard does not just quickly end the problem with force, especially since his own daughter is involved. But as a trainee, Luca knows he must obey his superiors, even if he does not like it. He realizes the people in charge have a bigger plan, but it still feels frustrating. Now it is obvious that Barbara is responsible. But people from the lower areas are not supposed to be able to control the androids, so Luca wonders how Barbara managed it. He thinks about everything he knows, especially about Barbara and Giselle, and comes up with a possible answer. If he is right, fixing this will be difficult, but first, he needs to talk to Giselle, which seems impossible. Suddenly, Enrico shows up and asks if Giselle said anything nice about it. This gives Luca an idea on how to reach her. He convinces Enrico to go talk to Giselle, but she is very direct and shows no interest in him. She even feels more at ease around him because he follows her everywhere. Disappointed, Enrico runs away faster than anyone could expect. With Enrico gone, Luca steps forward. Giselle, who already guessed this would happen, is tired of it all and decides to tell her father. Luca tells her it will not help, as he has already reported her involvement. Giselle panics and asks what he said, but Luca does not answer. She is shocked. Her family's reputation and everything she worked for could be ruined so quickly. She grabs Luca, blaming him for everything. If he had not come, none of this would have happened. Luca says it is not too late. If she tells him everything, he can help her. Even though he is still a trainee, he is going to become part of her family. Giselle asks what he means, but Luca tells her to think about it. Why would someone of her status be assigned as his guide? He admits it is embarrassing, but he is a rare genius with a Medal of Honor, and the chief centurion likes him. His influence could help her family, no matter what trouble they face. From now on, he promises to support her. If they solve this case together, he has a better chance of being adopted, so they both have something to gain. Giselle feels overwhelmed and collapses, so Luca catches her. In a tired voice, she admits she controlled the androids and created Barbara's curse. They sit down, and Giselle explains more. Barbara was not just an acquaintance. She was her best friend. 3 years ago, Giselle wanted to know who her family was helping, and that is when she met Barbara, who seemed very nice. Things started going wrong because of jealousy. A boy liked Barbara, who was popular, and Giselle did not want to lose her friend to him. She decided to play a trick on him by making a robot that looked like an android. Luca already knows the rest. Giselle put a message in the robot, telling the boy to stay away from Barbara, and made it chase him at night. Sadly, the prank went wrong. The boy fell and hurt his head badly, forcing him to leave the academy. Giselle got rid of the robot, but because someone got injured, there was an investigation. Barbara figured out Giselle was behind it, since she often built robots in front of her. Barbara then gave Giselle a choice. If Giselle became a victim too, no one would suspect her. That is why Giselle made herself the second victim, just as Luca guessed. She put a chip Barbara gave her into the android, which then chased her. After that, Barbara began acting strangely, making odd requests and telling Giselle to cut herself off from others, saying that more victims were needed. Luca understands that Barbara trapped Giselle, turning a small problem into something much worse so Giselle would be forced to do whatever Barbara wanted. Suddenly, Giselle receives many messages. Barbara has discovered that she told their secret to someone else. Now, Barbara calls her a traitor. Luca notices this but wonders how Barbara managed to hack such a secure device. He senses something is very wrong. An android is now aiming at Giselle. Before the android can shoot, Luca jumps in front and takes the hit, pushing Giselle to safety. He quickly uses his jacket to make a tourniquet and slow the bleeding. The shot came from an attack drone. Luca knows he can handle one drone, but it could make his wound worse, and all he has is a pocket knife. The drone is quiet, so no one will hear and come to help. This is the last straw. Once he is done with Barbara, there will be nothing left for forensics to find. Giselle looks at Luca, unsure if Imperial guards can actually feel pain. But Luca assures her that they do. This injury hurts a lot. The drone keeps attacking, so Luca concentrates on figuring out where it is. If he can spot it, he can end the fight. He asks Giselle if she has a mirror, and she gives him one. Using the mirror, Luca finds the drone before it notices him, then jumps out and throws his knife right into its main part. The drone spins out of control and explodes. Suddenly, Luca's device stops working. He asks Giselle if hers is working, but she says no, neither the internet nor their communication is working. Barbara's voice comes through Giselle's device, accusing her of betraying her and saying she loves Luca, hoping Giselle will turn against him. Luca takes Giselle's arm and turns off her device, deciding there's no point in listening to Barbara's angry words. He thinks about explaining what's happening to Giselle, but decides it's safer to move to a secure place first. It seems someone is already waiting for them. Flex tells someone else that he has just arrived at the spot, but then Luca signals that they are there, which makes Flex happy. Luca asks if these are orders from higher up, and Flex confirms, saying Luca is getting special attention again. Neither of them knew about this mission in advance. Giselle asks if this is really her father's plan, and Flex says the chief centurion gave the orders himself. Giselle breaks down, insisting her father would never treat her like someone he could just throw away. Luca understands that she won't accept this easily. Being the chief centurion's daughter, she's still a civilian, and anyone would feel hurt if their own family saw them as expendable. Flex notices Luca's wound and asks if it's serious. Luca says that if they wait until morning, he might not make it. Seeing this, Flex throws him a gun, guessing that Luca won't be as quick as usual. As Flex tries to update his contact that he and Giselle have arrived, a sudden gunshot severs his arm, forcing everyone to hide behind pillars. Even though the shot was close, Luca is unable to sense anything, which means this must be a highly advanced drone, one that even an Imperial Guard trainee cannot detect. It's unlikely Barbara could have built something this sophisticated. The drone then speaks with a different voice, making it clear it isn't Barbara, and saying they want to talk. The drone points out that if they had wanted Luca dead, they could have easily done it already. When Luca asks if they know who he is, the drone confirms they do. They are aware that both Luca and Giselle are with the Imperial Guard, even if they are only trainees. The drone says time is short and states their demand directly. They want Giselle Castoria. Luca asks what their goal is. Are they planning to ransom her? The drone clarifies that the princess wants Giselle. This isn't usually how they operate, but the princess refuses to change her mind. The drone hoped for cooperation, but realizes that won't happen. Luca checks the area, worried, and sees Flex has been killed by an almost invisible figure wearing special combat armor that completely hides the wearer, explaining why they were impossible to detect. The situation is far more dangerous than Luca expected, and he still has to protect Giselle. He grabs Giselle's arm and tells her that when he gives the signal, she must run. She tries to object, but he cuts her off. There's no time to argue. She must do as he says. He counts to 3, and she sprints away. And with that, this chapter ends. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name in the comments section. And if you want to know that what happened in previous chapters, you can watch them in this channel. Stay tuned for next chapters.